All right, guys, Thursday's workout, we have a ton of pulling. And so because we're going to be needing a lot of mobility in the chest, seems counterintuitive. You think you need to, for the pulling, you need to warm up your back muscles, which obviously you do. But as we're pulling, we need to be able to get in a shoulder extension. And so we're gonna need to warm that up sufficiently. So I think grab a piece of PVC, do some pass-throughs, open up the chest, and then get in a shoulder extension, which is gonna be just putting that PVC behind your body with your palms forward, like we would do the reverse PVC pass-through, but then put them close to each other and then just try to lift the barbell. You'll probably be able to lift it parallel to the ground and open that up. Then we can get down on the ground in that same position, do I think we did this earlier in the week, that basically reverse plank shoulder extension, bridge up and down, trying to put the hands behind us closer together, and we can go face down, do scorpions. That'll help open up the chest as well. We can get down and do that stretch where we're putting our hip up and kind of stretching out the thoracic spine. That's not necessarily a chest opener, but and we can go back to thoracic rotations. I know we've done those already, but it's just kind of hard to beat those stretches. So after that, we can have an empty barbell and just start getting ready for the deadlift. So some good morning, some single leg RDLs, some sumo deadlifts, just the classic stuff. So for the skill strength, doing what we've been doing, 8 rounds, working up, adding some weight, doing ascending numbers for the weight, ascending loads. This is deficit deadlift, so we're trying to find something to stand on. So typically a 45-pound plate works good if people have kind of a narrow stance like I do. 145 is fine. Maybe they need 2. We could probably use the tops of the jerk blocks. I think the red foam is going to be a little bit too squishy. If there's something else that I'm not thinking of that we can use, otherwise we're going to have to get creative with some plates. And if people have to go a little narrower in this, that's okay. But we're trying to get into that 3 to 4 inch deficit for deadlifts. Obviously, with being elevated, it's a longer range of motion, and so the bottom position is going to be more compromised. So we got to be on the lookout for people who really don't belong in this position. So if somebody's already struggling in the bottom position, they're just not able to get a flat back, they don't need to be there. We could just scale them out of it and just do regular deadlifts. But most people were going to just lighten the weight and force them into this good position with an arch. And they might be a little more bent over than usual, not quite as upright, and that's fine as long as we maintain the arch through the lift and there's not a severe change in back angle. So we just got to really be on the lookout for good positions, and everybody knows what a good position is in a deadlift, so we just have to make sure that we're being focused on looking for them so people don't get hurt. This is another reason why we're going ascending here. We need to start really light and very incrementally small increments go up, so we just make sure everybody stays safe. This is an excellent movement, and it can have big gains in your deadlift, but we just have to make sure we're careful. Okay, and then let's see, curtsy lunge. So backwards, goblet style, or double front rack, or single front rack, kettlebell, however you want to do it, but we're dropping that leg back behind, 3 each side. Nice and slow, try and touch the knee to the ground. Big range of motion. Okay, the workout. This is a bear. So we got 5 rounds. We got sumo deadlift, high pull. Standard is going to be elbows above shoulder, and then barbell to the collarbone. Got to have both of those happening. And then we're going to bent over row, reverse grip or overhand grip. Touching the ground in between each rep, and then touching your belly button, basically. Your waist pulling low, being bent over on each rep for the 10. Then go into ring rows. This is not going to be an elevated ring row. This is not going to even be straps straight down. This is going to be Sorry, no, this is going to be strapped straight down. That's going to be RX, but feet on the ground. Those are going to be tough. 75 of those doesn't sound like a lot maybe, but after all that pulling, it's going to be tough. And then we get on the rower, and we're doing 20 cals. Let's go 16 for the females on that. So it's obviously pull, pull, pull. Tomorrow we're doing push, push, push. We're just trying something fun here, kind of focus on a muscle group. But because we're really burning out the back and biceps, some people might have to scale this who might normally, think that they don't need to. So just be aware that those final 3 rounds can be quite interesting because we're really targeting a specific group of muscles, which is good to do, but we got to be conservative. As far as time domain, I was looking at it, I think 12 to 18 minutes probably. Your fast people are going to probably be in the 2 minutes and 30 seconds a round, I would say, and then slower people maybe in the 3:30 to 4 minutes around. All right, have fun. Looking forward to a great Thursday.